Welcome. The title is not deceiving you. I am currently reviewing Batman Arkham City for the Xbox 360. Let's get into it with an intro. Let me grab the tablet and read the notes that I wouldn't have to reread if my computer would not have ended the game bar recording session. Let's see. Alright, I'm going through these notes really fast with no context as to why I'm saying them. Released in 2019, published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment, developed by Rocksteady Studios, who, even though popular for the Batman Arkham series, also developed a game called Urban Chaos, which I'm sure is pretty good. At least the reviews practically say it's good. It was made on the Unreal Engine 3. The game before in the Arkham series was Batman Arkham Asylum. The game that it came before was Batman Arkham Origins, and it is in the same series as a game that's supposed to come out in 2022, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I'm kind of confused because that's branded as a Suicide Squad game, but maybe it'll have something to do with Arkham City. I clearly am not happy. The story. Bruce Wayne is taken to Arkham Asylum for being Bruce Wayne. He is threatened by Dr. Hugo Strange at the start of the game that he knows his identity and to not stop him. But, of course, Batman stops him anyway because he knows my identity. So, of course, I'm going to do the one thing he told me not to do, otherwise he'd reveal my identity. You know, Batman, sometimes you just gotta back off. Live to fight another day. You know he'll never reveal your identity. It's Hugo Strange you're talking about here, man. Jeez, man, you almost died. All cause some doctor. Like, for all you know, you could have been bluffing, Bat. Come on, man. Gotta be smarter than that, man. Come on. Anyways, story. So, Bruce gets Alfred, his best friend in the whole wide world, to send him in the Batsuit. He puts on the Batsuit, becomes the Batman, and the rest of the game is history. For more in-depth analysis of the game's story, check out a different video. This is a review. I ain't gonna talk about the story, and I'm definitely not gonna talk about the origin story that everyone knows. Anyways, controls and graphics. Controls, very good. Easy to pick up once you get the hang of the game, and really do start to get kind of complex and unmemorable if you haven't played in a bit. And also, if you're new to the game and just so happen to be playing on a SD card with an old file on it. I don't know, that's the only description I can give. Because obviously it's going to complex as you go through the game. You know, you can't just stay press A to jump, press B to jump, press X to run, and press Y to run forever, you know. None of those are actual controls, don't try them. I just pressed the K key. What has YouTube done to me? Anyways, Chapter 3, the main game. The main game, very interesting. Not really, I lied. Well, it is interesting. It does have, it's what I like to call dead spots. Spots where you really shouldn't get stuck, but it's happened to me because I'm very small brain. Like, I was just supposed to use the line launcher, and I kept on just trying to make a glide for it. I'm not talking about the underground city. I was not that dumb. I did not try to glide across the underground city. I used the line launcher accordingly. Promise you I didn't try to make a glide jump across the entire thing. I only used glide jumps for small areas where I wouldn't need the line launcher. I don't know why I still have the tablet in front of me. I could have a perfectly fine pillow if I put the tablet away. I put it away. Alright, let's continue. But yeah, oh, I forgot to do the graphics. Graphics look good. They have a bit of a bleak feeling to them, but they have just enough colors so that they're not practically black and white. And the contrast is also another thing I like. Anyways, back to the main game. Main game's okay, I guess. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just not happy at all. I'm not happy at all. Anyways, the Catwoman episodes. Ooh, baby. Do I want to talk about these? They're pretty good, I guess. You know, I definitely think that they could use a bit of tweaking. Like, the timing messages are unnecessary. And with that, the timing jumps themselves are unnecessary, you know? Like, I'm not going to go into a full-blown rant like I am at the end of the video. No, I'm just going to tell you about how I dislike the fact that there's timing jumps when the timing doesn't matter because you're not penalized and you can sit on the wall for a pretty good time. And also, the only penalty to these timing jumps being mistimed is why does she have to do timing jumps when you could just do an animation? I get it. It can be strategical at times to not go all the way up to the roof. I get that, but come on, man. Why do they do Catwoman like this? Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Catwoman, but hey, they're not they massacred Catwoman. Jeez, man, calm down. Why did you just make her so tedious to play? Anyways, yeah, that's my honest opinion of it. Well, not my honest opinion. It's like my watered down, polite opinion of it. If I had to tell someone about the Catwoman episodes, I'd just say they massacred her, because I guess it really ain't her fault. But in the rant, it's going to become her fault. I don't care. Anyways, yeah, whatever. Chapter 6, the post game. Oh, man. Post game. Wait. That's not how math works. Anyways. We'll just go with it. That's not how math works at all, but we'll go with it. The post game. I'm kind of sad. You know. But hey. Let's not let that get in the way of the recording. It's really windy outside, so sorry if I'm randomly pausing at random intervals. The post game is cool, but much like any game with side quests, the post game is usually just the side quest. Chapter 7, Riddler Challenges. I love these things. And if you do get Game of the Year edition, you'll love the Riddler Challenges, you'll love the skins, and you'll love Robin and Nightwing. Sorry, I kind of forgot Batman was in the game. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, they're really good. My favorite ones are the Predator ones. Some people, because they like the combat system, will tell you that they like the combat ones. Some people will tell you that because the stealth, they like the Predator ones. I will tell you because the stealth, I like the Predator ones. Other people will tell you either other or similar opinions. And that's fine, because some people will undoubtedly sing Catwoman's praises for her episodes in this game. And I will undoubtedly sing her downfall for her role she plays in this game. Anyways, yeah, Riddler Challenges, they're great. Alright, let's get into my opinions and my final rating. Alright, the base game, it's great, but it is, by the way, I'll be paraphrasing my actual thoughts. Like, these are just like, kind of like paraphrasing what's going through my head when I think of him. I'll tell you what I'm actually thinking at the moment, though. So, what you see on the screen is kind of similar to what I'm going to be saying here. They're great, but they are a bit too much at times. And, even though they are a bit too much, they are beatable over 2 to 3 days. I beat them in 2. But in the game's defense, I was using a guide so that I could properly review the actual game because, I'm small brain. We've gone through this. I'm not going to solve any of the puzzles. And plus, I'm not going to sit here and figure out a boss battle. It has good boss battles and good puzzles. But, honestly, even though it's memorable for having one of the most infamous missions ever, in which if you leave Arkham City, the game will roll credits, will rewind, basically giving you a second chance. Because how are you going to know that her leaving Arkham City without watching a YouTube video, her leaving Arkham City was going to just completely end the game? Or that is just like a, are you sure you want to sell this item type thing, like, are you sure you want to end the game here? And then if you go in again, I think it actually does end. Don't be concerned for me, that was just wind. Dang, it's blowing the rocks away. I'm in an apartment building. We have rocks on our roof, so it's like blowing the rocks away. It's actually kind of scary. Anyways, the Catwoman episodes. They are actually quite annoying and tedious. The only fun parts, the Predator missions, at least in my opinion, are made harder by, like, how Batman gets caught, he has smoke pellets, and if he doesn't have a smoke pellet, he can just do a normal vantage point and just jump from point to point. Well, Catwoman has nothing. And maybe you could use the grates on the roof, but oh wait, you can't, because whenever you're near a body, which you likely will go through in the Catwoman missions, God, I'm so glad the Riddler Challenges removed the Catwoman timing jumps. I'll get into that later. Yeah. The grating roof, it's kind of a mechanic I don't like. Kind of, it actually is a mechanic I very much so dislike. I very much so dislike this mechanic. Like, did I ever tell you about the 10 times I died because Catwoman has 2 timing jumps? Or even under gunfire, the game will say, your timing was bad, even though it does not matter, because you shouldn't even need to do the timing jumps, considering there's no consequences to mistiming them, so the timing is unnecessary and completely obsolete. My point? While even under gunfire, they want to act like you wouldn't be panicking, considering Catwoman has no tools at her disposal. So they're just like, oh, early, too late, too early, too early, too early, too early. Of course it's gonna be too early. I'm trying to get up to the vantage point. Why do I need these little jumps in between? Anyways, that wasn't as big of a rant as I put it out as, because this is where the real rant begins. And also, I'm gonna pitch an idea for a remake of this game. And the DLC characters should not be DLC, and they should be part of the main story, because the cosmetics would be perfect in the extra Riddler maps. Perfect DLC to celebrate Game of the Year. Anyways, man, maybe add some extra skins since Robin and Nightwing are now originally in the game. Anyways, let's get into this. 6 out of 10. You'll see why in a second. The side missions are great, and I bought Game of the Year edition for a reason. To play as Robin and Nightwing in this post-game, and to use the skins in post-game. So, upon finishing the game, I'm sure there's like 1,000 screenshots of what finishing the game with Game of the Year DLC downloaded looks like. But if there isn't, it basically gives you this little text box with Batman and one of the skins that says, you have the Game of the Year DLC downloaded, so you can now use skins in the main story mode. I was like, oh, this is epic, they're already telling me about the skins. And then, like, of course, the game gave me cutscene to let me know that there are character switch points that are marked with a little cat on the map. So I was like, yeah, skins. I can play as the other characters. Awesome. Wait. This is Batman Arkham City. They gave us the Catwoman episodes. This is too good to be. Oh, hey, I'm game. Did I say you... I'm sorry. Did I say you had skins in the main story? Silly me. I meant leave. You should have just bought the normal version since you wouldn't have gotten scammed. Oh, and are you playing as Robin or Nightwing? No, you're not. Congrats. I don't know how much the game without the DLC goes for, but if it goes for less, you've just been scammed. All you got was an extra text box and a couple of other things to Riddler Challenges that for Game of the Year edition should have been its own separate game, for Christ's sake. Anyway, I never said you could play as Robin and Nightwing, so yeah, no Riddler Challenges, no nothing. And did I forget to mention that we knew the Catwoman episodes were boring and should have actually been alternate episodes? This is where I pitched the idea. I know the Catwoman episodes aren't boring, they're just tedious. And I apologize to Rocksteady and Warner in advance, but I'm finna pitch an idea, so that's the only reason I'm apologizing. If I wasn't pitching an idea, I would have kept going, cause honestly, I feel that way. They should have been alternate episodes. Or if I don't pitch the idea, they're still boring to me. Anyways, when Batman and Robin meet up after Batman learns he's been poisoned, there should be like an episode with Robin in Gotham. Also, just play a cutscene of Catwoman in the Two-Face gang. We don't need to play an episode as Catwoman to get exposition as to why she's tied up. Plus, I'm sure even without that as a cutscene, we could be able to decipher that Catwoman made Harvey mad. Anyway, and then you're gonna insert the Catwoman episode with Ivy, because that will directly correlate to the end of the game. So that's gonna be good, alright? There we go. 2 Catwoman episodes. If Catwoman has to be a main character in this, then fine. She gets 2 episodes. The others both get 1 episode. Let's say something like Robin can't reach the other side of Gotham, or, I don't know, Robin won't have enough time because he's at one of the bigger hospitals in Gotham and has to save the hospital. Let's say we have Nightwing do it. Say we have Nightwing on the other half, and if Nightwing goes into the other half, then we'll have something like, a news report. Someone died from poison, or someone's been poisoned. And then we fell and have to restart the episode if we leave Nightwing's half of the town. And then after that, the Catwoman episode of her robbing the vault, and she either leaves Arkham or saves Batman. If she decides to leave Arkham, that should not end the game but rewind, because, they obviously know that would be a messed up ending. Instead, they should let her leave, and instead Robin and Nightwing, with the help of some ship from Alfred in Wayne Tech, they go and save Batman, or if she decides to save the Bat, the game plays out like it normally does. Alright, and because I paid extra, they made the game the exact same. They really, I touched on this a bit at the start of this rant, not really a rant anymore. The DLC characters shouldn't be DLC. They should be part of the main game. Because if you want to celebrate Game of the Year, give people cosmetics, give them extra Riddler challenges, give them, if you want to add an extra character, heck, I know what to do. Allow them to play as, that one guy, Joker, yeah, that guy, that dude. Plus, the DLC should be optional. Why would the player have to get the DLC? just to have a proper post game. There's probably some main side mission line, but you get what I mean. Have some sort of thing for the player to look forward to beating the game and doing. Like how they said I get skins and other characters at the start of this. I expect that. Oh gosh, I accidentally went to Riddler Challenges. I apologize, y'all. I expect that I should be able to do those things, but instead, they probably are there, but I have to go through a whole bunch of side missions just to use the skins, probably. Because if you're not playing some sort of storyline, you're not winning. But yeah, that really should be there. Anyways, the DLC. I don't like that. The DLC would be perfect without the extra characters, because there'd still be cosmetics and extra Riddler maps. So, yeah, basically, all I have to say about post-game, even though this doesn't really touch on post-game, but really rather the way the game is presented in Game of the Year Edition to us. More of the story, unless you're playing through the main story and collecting all the Riddler trophies you can, so that you can get even more and more Riddler challenges, do not get Game of the Year Edition. And now the Riddler challenges. I rated them 11 out of 10. They're great. Sure, they can get repetitive if that was not the favorite part of your game, and your favorite part was exploring. If that does happen, the campaigns are pretty good, because they at least feel like side missions, minus all the running around the city and all the cutscenes. And, yeah, they're the game's saving grace. They are so detailed, you have prisoners talking to one another, prisoners making fun of the Bat, prisoners talking about how they own Arkham and stuff. Then if you have the Game of the Year Edition maps, and the skins, and Robin, and Nightwing, and Catwoman, who just so happens to not have the timing jumps. I don't know why, but I ain't complaining. Plus the reward for getting the little trophies in the main game, which, as I said, is extra maps. You got it. More content. Riddler. Riddly Rid. Riddle me this. Well, don't, because it's not a question. That's not how riddles work. They're usually questions. Or some type of quote to decipher, and I have nothing. Alright, Riddler. You've made me wordless when it comes to riddles. I don't want to take away the honor of the riddle from you. Anyways, never have I enjoyed superheroes in my life. That's not even an exaggeration. I actually never have. I actually still dislike superheroes. I just like Batman Arkham City's Riddler Challenges. Like, I still dislike superheroes. Don't get me wrong. Like, your typical superheroes, I still dislike. I guess that was a bit of an exaggeration. I did enjoy Into the Spider-Verse, and I did enjoy that whole take on the Spider-Man universe. But that's all. That's all. The Riddler challenges are great, so play them. And if you do get the Game of the Year edition, play the Riddler challenges. You'll thank yourself. And if you're playing Arkham City from the Arkham collection, let me know. Is it Game of the Year edition? If it's not, then you should buy like a separate Game of the Year edition. And just put the Game of the Year edition, put the Game of the Year DLC disc in, download the DLC, there you go. I'm sure you can even find like just the DLC disc on its own. I won't mail it. I'm not gonna mail it. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. It's been your boy. See you guys in the next one. Bye. But wait! My rating! If you remembered my rating, thank you for waiting for the rating. So, you know the main game 7 out of 10? That's kind of how the rest of this is rated, because that's how averaging works. So, the main game, 7 out of 10. I know when I was doing the thing, I said 9 out of 10. Trust me, it went down. I know, it's weird. Catwoman Episodes, 4 out of 10. Not big surprise. Side missions, 8 out of 10. Post game, 6 out of 10. The Riddler Challenges, 11 out of 10. That averages out to 7.2, and I give it a B+. It is a B+ game. Well, it's been your boy. Thanks for watching. See us. Bye-bye.